Warning. I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
Take him in the north! Take him in the north! He doesn't have north! Go it! Wolfman's got north! Come on!
There's a lot going on in monster news this week. FBI and NYPD raid New York office of company run by fashion executive Peter Nygard. A number of women accused him of sexually assaulting them at his Bahamas estate, February 25, 2020. This morning, FBI and NYPD raided the Times Square headquarters of Peter Nygard's fashion company as part of a sex trafficking investigation. The searches were conducted Tuesday morning. Nygard, 78, has been under investigation after a number of women accused him of sexually assaulting them at his Bahamas estate when they were young teens. Searchers usually indicate the investigation is in the early stages and not an immediate precursor to criminal charges. Not only was he raided, Nygard steps down from company after FBI raids New York headquarters, also from February 25. Peter Nygard has stepped down from his company amid allegations of sexual assault. This comes after FBI and New York police raided the Times Square headquarters of Nygard's fashion house Tuesday. 10 women recently filed a civil lawsuit against Nygard, who started his fashion empire in Winnipeg. They allege he promised them modeling opportunities, but they ended up drugged and engaged in sex acts at, quote, pamper parties at his estate in the Bahamas. A spokesperson for Nygard said, recognizing the priority of the welfare of the thousands of Nygard employees, retail partners, loyal customers, vendors, suppliers, and business partners, Peter Nygard has made the decision to step down as chairman of the Nygard companies and will divest his ownership interest. Nygard's Winnipeg lawyer called the allegations a conspiracy orchestrated by Nygard's enemies.
This is 680 CJOB.
These women, and in many cases with knowledge that they were less than 18 years old. That's just one line pulled from the lawsuit making these allegations. And again, this is a class action lawsuit, not a criminal one. It has been filed on behalf of 10 women in that New York court. Jay Probert is a lawyer for Winnipegger Peter Nygard and joins us now. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning. Happy Valentine's.
What does your client have to say? What is Peter Nygard saying about these accusations? It's a hard document to read.
They are completely false. You know, I've seen a lot of false allegations in all my years of practice, but I've never seen such false allegations that are so nasty. We will be defending that class action vigorously, and we expect it will eventually be dismissed, and Nygard will be vindicated and will clear his name.
These are all fabrications in your words, in your mind.
In fact, never mind my mind, they are fabrications which are paid for. They're bought fabrications.
By who?
By people involved in a criminal conspiracy against Nygard. It's a malicious and vicious criminal conspiracy, which, in fact, has been going on for about 10 years. It's the same as the criminal conspiracy in 2010. It alleges that Louis Bacon and others in the claim paid off and coerced women to fabricate and manufacture sexual stories about Nygard in an effort to actually destroy him and his business.
He's a multimillionaire, a Canadian fashion tycoon, and now Peter Nygard is at the center of a class action lawsuit containing bombshell allegations.
Our complaint lays out a scheme of human trafficking that's been happening at an international level. And during the course of this human trafficking endeavor that's been ongoing for over 10 years.
10 unnamed women alleging they were raped by Nygard, 9 of them claiming the assaults took place at his island estate in the Bahamas. The class action lawsuit claims Nygard recruited, lured, and enticed young, impressionable, and often impoverished children and women with cash payments and false promises of lucrative modeling opportunities to assault, rape, and sodomize them.
Our complaint lays out a pattern of abuse using drugs to be able to enable a person not to be able to resist him because they'd be under the influence, heavy intoxication, brute force, intimidation, and sometimes just plain bribery.
After the lawsuit was filed, more than 100 people, including dozens of victims, have come forward with information, according to lawyers representing alleged victims. Since filing a rape and sex trafficking class action lawsuit last week, we have received information from over 100 witnesses, including dozens of victims, who have come forward with additional evidence relating to alleged rape and sexual abuse, said lawyers Greg Gutzler and Lisa Haba on February 18, who are representing the alleged victims in the suit. And you can read the lawsuit right here. It's about 99 pages long, but I gotta go to work. I can't read it for you, but I will leave a link. On Monday, Harvey Weinstein found guilty of rape, but acquitted of top criminal charges. The jury in New York convicted Weinstein, 67, of third-degree rape of Jessica Mann, a former aspiring actress, as well as a count of criminal sexual act in the first degree against Mimi Haley. But the jury found him not guilty on 2 counts of predatory sexual assault, which each carried a sentence of up to life in prison. He was also acquitted on a count of first-degree rape against Mann. He now faces a sentence of 5 to 25 years on the top count, and he'll be sentenced on March 11, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that. Also, for everyone saying that Ghislaine Maxwell could be in Israel, well, there's a loophole, and she could be. Check this out.
A CBS News investigation has uncovered a loophole that allows accused and convicted American pedophiles to escape justice by moving to Israel. So Ian Lee has been following this for more than a year, and he traveled to Israel for this investigation. He worked with a group that tracks people accused of sex crimes, which estimates dozens of Americans have used this loophole.
We are on a stakeout looking for this man, Jimmy Julius Caro, 48 years old and wanted on charges of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl in Oregon back in 2000 and a 5-year-old girl in Israel in 2001. He's considered dangerous. But these photos are a few years old, so we don't know if he'll look the same. He remains elusive. Previous attempts to capture him have failed.
Obviously, the fear that he would somehow figure out that anyone's looking for him and bolt. He just called his number.
Shauna Aronson got a tip that Caro's expected at this clinic near Tel Aviv.
Who's going to call the
She's with JCW, Jewish Community Watch, an organization that hunts down accused pedophiles who flee to Israel from the U.S., exploiting a process called law of return, whereby any Jewish person can move to Israel and automatically gain citizenship. The ease with which pedophiles seem able to use this law as an escape route haunts victims like Mendy Hawk, who says he was abused from age 8 by a teacher at an Orthodox Jewish school in Los Angeles.
So your classroom is right here. How does it feel being back?
I was very anxious and, stressed coming back here. A lot of memories coming through my mind.
Memories of his alleged abuser, Mordechai Yom Tov, who taught him Hebrew studies when he was just 8 years old.
So in the beginning, he would just rub me outside of my pants, and then I would say about 3 to 4 months later, he started going in.
Reaching down your pants?
Yeah, it's reaching down.
Why did you feel like you couldn't tell anyone?
I was scared. I was ashamed. I just didn't know what people would think of me, of the whole situation.
Yom Tov pled guilty in 2002 to sexually abusing and committing lewd acts against 3 other boys. He served jail time, but when he was released, he violated his probation and, according to JCW, fled to Israel with help from individuals within the Orthodox Jewish community. JCW tracked Yom Tov down and confronted him with a hidden camera in Jerusalem, where he admitted to illegally fleeing the United States with help and using a fake passport to enter Israel.
I was supposed to stay for 5 years in the same city. I was supposed to, jumping on the side of sort of thing. I was supposed to go every 2 weeks to the police station. I left within a week later.
He had this message for his victims.
I'm very, 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 very sorry.
The other person in this video is Meir Seawald, the founder of Jewish Community Watch. He tells CBS News Yom Tov's case isn't uncommon in the Orthodox community.
The same thing that's going on in the Catholic Church right now around the world, the exact same thing happens in our community. The rabbis say it's, you know what, he promised he's going to go for therapy, he's never going to do it again. Boom, he's in another community. A few years later, he's at the same thing, and we hear more allegations that the person continued to abuse children.
And often, those abusers end up in Israel. Rabbi Yehuda Oppenheimer says he unwittingly helped Caro escape.
There was nothing that raised any red flags up to the point where he was moving to Israel.
Well, I wish I could say that, but unfortunately I can't say that. So he had violated his parole, and now they were looking for him. He said that there was something in the past that had happened when he was young, but nothing had ever happened since. I've changed and I'm a different person now, but you gotta help me. I felt that I could trust him. So I wrote him a letter, and he bought a ticket, and he left.
And there's not much new with Epstein, but I did see this. Virginia Giuffre called out another accomplice. Kelly Bavano Umankubu, I have no clue how to say that, is another Ghislaine Maxwell, Eva Dubin, etc. The older women in Epstein's circle that procured and participated. I'm outing her after going to her house and being yelled at. Victim blaming's not cool, Kelly. Kelly Umankubu, Director of Child Development? She's deleted her LinkedIn, though.
Child development? What the fuck?
This comes in handy a lot of the time. I can leave it home when I think it's going to get me in trouble.
Fucking stoned.
I got a motherfucking spaceship. Oh, fuck. Cool, I got it.